first of all, it's free.
So a circle is essentially a safe space for women to come together, and it's kind of like, it's really just community. It's a soul check-in. So in the circle, we are having like intimate conversations that you really can't have when you're like passing someone on the street or on Facebook or whatever. It's really, we're talking about deep stuff, you know, we're talking about the stuff that's going on in our life. In a way, it provides like a container for expressing the parts of ourselves that we don't necessarily get to express daily. It ignites the person with passion, to the people who come, and it allows you to really be seen for who you are deeply, not who you are, like what is your job, like what is your status, what sort of the persona that we present out to the world, but from a deeper place, like who are you? What are you working with? Like what is your path? How do you feel about it today? And it'll change. But it's a safe space. It's a great thing for community.
Coming to circles and just being around other strong women and realizing like you're really not as alone as you think you are. I think the Wild Women Project gave me that sense of, you know, when I'm having that hard day, I can reach out my hand and there's somebody there. And when somebody else is having a hard day, they can reach out their hand and there's something there. So I feel like just the way that my life has increased exponentially and the places I've been able to take that step forward where I was really hesitant. It's like I've got this group of phenomenal women now saying, I took the step forward, or I'm scared too, like let's do it together. And I think that's just allowed me to do so much more.
Well, what attracted me to the group was that I wanted a community.
Mostly the community.
And it's like you feel that you are not alone. And
so this is fun. Some of the circles are unisex circles. So the leader has decided to open it up to men or women. So most of the circles are mostly women, but we have those circles that are unisex. So I have, like right now, there's one male leader in Washington, because he came to me, he's like, I have to do this. And I said, well, of course you do. So it's a little bit of a different dynamic, but it's the same principles.
Before I'd ever been to a circle, I honestly had no idea what to think about it.
I don't know. I was skeptical, but
I've told a lot of people about it and they're just like, well, what's a women's circle?
In the back of my mind, I was like, oh God, what is this?
But I gave it a try, and I really liked what was going on there because it was a space that's free of judgment. And I felt really comfortable without knowing, you know, I knew one person in the circle. And so it was really nice and making connection with people. So I felt like I wanted to go back, and nothing happened, nothing bad happened, right? So it was not.
I've grown stronger in supporting myself instead of bringing myself down and saying, you know, you're stupid for doing this, or, you know, you should be better than this, or you know, just always going to the negative. The circle has brought out the positive in me, in myself, and in how I view other people.
A place where you can just lay everything out. There's no judgment. It's kind of like almost a therapy session, but you don't have to check if your insurance covers it or not. You know what I mean? It's just a place.
So it's a win-win situation because you take care of yourself, your inner self. You take care of it, you nurture it. And you also give the same supports to the other women or people within the circle.
Going to the circle made me own up to whatever shit was going on in my head and whatever doubts I was having or fears I was having about my career and my path at that time. Basically, it gave me the courage and the permission to say, this is why I'm unhappy, this is what I'm going to do about it. Instead of just making up excuses and like brushing it off and be like, oh, it's whatever. I had to deal with it.
So at the Wild Woman Project, we believe that you already know how to change the world. We just challenge you to do it. So some of the foundational aspects of the project are these two principles, which is self-evolution. So being the change you want to see in the world, whatever you're looking outside in the world and you want to change that thing within yourself. Look inside. And community. So nothing happens in a bubble. Reach out. Reach out to your local community, reach out to your global village, and with those tools, if you're constantly working on yourself and being the best person that you can possibly be, and then you're reaching out to your community, that is how global shift happens. That's how we can change the world. and that's our dream.